Hi, my name is Susan Bowling, and today I am with my first grade students here at Rhoades Elementary, and we are working with Mr. Crosslin today with habitats and bird feeders.
Hey, thanks for that great introduction. I love this classroom because it's all around me. I see all kind of science and all kind of cool things. So you've been studying about habitats. And you studied, I heard earlier you were talking about some of the animals and adaptations in habitats. In your book, we'll study a little bit later about a forest habitat. And we also might study about a lawn or a yard habitat. In fact, that's the one we're going to focus on today. Things that live around your school or in your backyard. And the third habitat you're going to study is one of my favorites, which is the desert habitat. Habitats are different all around the world, and the animals like to live in those. For example, would you find a fish living in the desert?
No.
No, because a habitat provides their needs, right? Would you find a spider monkey living in the North Pole?
No.
No.
Because it would freeze.
It would freeze, and we hope we don't find a polar bear living in the forest here in Indiana, right?
No.
So animals live where they're in their habitats because their habitats give them their basic needs. So what are some of the basic needs of an animal? Yes.
They need water.
They need water. Oh, I love how you raise your hand. You're my favorite student for raising your hand.
Food.
They need food. They need to eat plants or other animals. What else? Yes.
Sunlight.
They need warmth and sunlight. Absolutely. What's another thing they need?
Air.
Yes?
Air.
They need air. And is there anything else an animal needs? I'm thinking. Let me ask you a question before you answer that. Did anybody sleep out in a field last night?
No.
Did anybody sleep up in a tree last night?
I did. I went camping.
Did anybody sleep in a hole in the ground?
No.
No. What do animals need? The last thing they need is, what do you think?
Shelter.
Shelter. And so what shelter did you guys sleep in last night?
A home.
A home. But you know, almost all shelters are made out of plants. Your home was made out of wood. Wood comes from a tree, and a tree is a
Plant.
That bird made a nest out of twigs in a tree. So animals and plants really need each other. And as you guys have been studying, all animals can move. That's why it's called an animal. And all plants can grow. But animals need something that plants have. Animals need to eat plants, but they need to do this. And we're like an animal in a science way. Ready? Everybody go like this. What did we just do?
And oxygen.
We brought in oxygen. Where did that oxygen come from?
The plants.
The plants. Guess what plants need?
What? Air.
They need carbon dioxide. Everybody go like this. And I want you to say, thanks, I needed that.
Thanks. I need that.
If you're a plant, you say, thanks, I needed that. What would happen? These are like balanced. See how they're balanced, right? Right? What would happen if, like a teeter-totter, what happens if we got rid of all the animals? What would happen to the plants? They would die because plants need carbon dioxide. What happens if we get rid of all the plants?
The animals will die.
The animals would die out because they need oxygen. That's a balance. So the three habitats you're going to talk about are, you're going to not just talk about them, you're going to study them. You're going to study the forest habitat and what animals live there and how it makes its basic needs. You're going to study the desert habitat and what animals live there and plants and their basic needs. But today we're going to study our yard or lawn habitat, things that live out in the yard. Now I'll tell you, let's take a closer look at that. So, Mrs. Bowling, here are some creatures, some organisms. Yeah. And so why don't you show a few of these to your kids and ask them if they belong in a yard habitat. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, you picked that one, of course you
I
did.
love this.
A butterfly.
Is this a monarch butterfly?
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? It is a Danius genutia.
Oh, I was wrong. It's not the monarch.
Oh, it might be.
It could be.
I don't know.
It looks very
Just like
similar,
it.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Would you find this in a lawn habitat?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
see that.
Well, what
It's
about this
green.
one?
How about the stick insect? Would you find this in a lawn habitat?
No.
Based on what you know,
No.
that lives in our grass.
But what we're doing
But there's bushes in our
Oh.
Would you find this in a tree or a bush? Because we have trees out here.
Yes. I don't know.
What do you
Are
think?
they real?
Are they real? These are all real because they're not imaginary. What you mean is, are they living? Were they living? And they were living. They died, and they've been put inside of plastic, preserved, so we can study them. You see the difference? So they are real.
How did you got
So these are real.
That looks like a spider.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here's one. Is this one in a lawn habitat?
Would you find this in the lawn, in the grass?
No.
Which habitat might you find this one in?
In the beach.
Oh, which is
Beach.
where? What do you find at the beach?
Shells.
Okay, which lots and lots of.
Crabs. In the
And I look out and I see lots of blue.
ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Salty water.
Okay. Oh, I got one here. This one. Oh, look at this beauty.
It's a praying
That,
mantis.
oh, that is.
What is that? A praying
This is
mantis.
a praying mantis.
Do
Do you think that you would find this in a lawn habitat?
Yes.
Look at how it's made.
Where's his
What does this look like to you?
It looks like it's like a stick in.
That's what I was thinking. It's very similar. Where's the stick insect again?
Mhm.
Now let's compare the two. What kind of features do they have that's very similar or the
Both
same?
look like a stick. The back.
Okay, they both have what?
Legs.
They walk around on their,
Legs.
which look like what? They resemble what?
A twig.
Kind of like twigs. Okay. Anything else that you notice?
They're
They
all
might be
the same
kind of
heads.
similar. Kind of the same heads. Yeah, this one has a little bit bigger of a head. Maybe it has a bigger brain. Maybe it's smarter. I don't know. Okay.
You know,
But which was much
I got
smarter?
two more I'll show you. How about this one?
A starfish. I thought they would be
What
bigger.
a beautiful starfish.
I thought they would be
Would you
bigger.
find this in the
I'll bring
lawn
one into
habitat?
No. In the
In the
beach.
grass?
No. In the ocean.
Okay, so it swims in the
Ocean.
So this you would find this in the ocean habitat.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave these in your room for you to study. Your teacher will get them out. But here's one that we might, when we go outside, we might find evidence of. This one, it actually is. Let me tell you a little bit about its life. First of all, it starts as an egg up on a tree. It hatches out and crawls down the tree into the ground and spends 13 years as a larva in the ground, quiet, dark by itself. And then one day when it gets really warm, it crawls up out of the ground, gets up on a tree, it cracks its back open, and out comes an adult with wings. It flies up and makes this noise. Maybe you heard it. It goes like this.
A locust.
Yes.
This is a periodical locust or a cicada. It's a cicada.
What is that little
And
dog?
the cicada, this is the adult. It can't even eat. It only lives a couple days like this. It finds a mate, lays eggs, it dies, and it starts all over again. What do you call that when an animal goes?
It's a life cycle.
You guys are well prepared. So there is a lot more to look at, but you're gonna study these later. Even when you study the desert, you might learn more about this guy right
Does it have a stinger?
Scorpion.
here. It does have a
tail?
stinger.
A scorpion.
So cute, my kind of girl.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah.
All right,
Is
so
that a tap?
I'll leave this right here, and you guys can take a closer look at it later. Okay, so we're going to focus on a special habitat, the schoolyard habitat, and what animals. We're going to focus on one particular animal, Indiana birds. So, what are some birds you know that might be here at your school at Rhoades Elementary? Yes, I love how you raise your hand. You're my favorite student. You know, I'm glad you said duck, because, boy, there is a duck.
A goose?
That's great. There are ducks out there. In fact, I know where a mommy duck is sitting in her eggs right outside your window. Would you like to see that?
Yes.
Okay. What other birds might we see out there?
When it's spring, there's ducks.
I like how you raised your hand.
You could see redbirds.
Redbird. Another name for a redbird is a
Red robin. A red robin.
cardinal.
Red robin.
What other birds do we
A
have?
robin.
Yes.
Ducks.
Already got duck. You got cardinal. What else?
Eagle.
I've seen a goose out there, a Canadian goose. What else is there? We know what's out there. Yes.
A hummingbird.
A blue jay. Yeah, have you seen the blue jay out there?
I haven't seen a blue jay yet.
Well, what else? What's in our yard here? I like how you raise your hand.
It's like a spot.
Out here, we seen a swan, you think?
Oh,
Oh, I'd like to see one, but I
They're
don't
so
think
pretty.
there's one out here. What do you think? A bird called a ant? That's a new one for me. An ant bird? Maybe. I have to see what it looks like. What else?
On the red robin.
A robin. I like how you said robin, okay? Robin. And what's those birds that
A woodpecker.
woodpecker, yeah. Woodpecker. And then, oh, you know what? There's no eagles here. I did see an eagle 2 weeks ago. I did see one here in Indiana.
I saw one.
You saw one?
A hawk.
A hawk. I saw
We
a
have
hawk.
hawks where we live.
And I saw one
Circle
out
up high
here.
in the sky.
I saw
A hawk?
before.
I saw a blackbird.
I was gonna say that.
Say it then.
Good
Say
dog. Say blackbird.
A blackbird.
Good job.
Blackbird. And there's a thing that's a little brown bird with little stripes and things on it. It's called a
Eagle.
sparrow.
Eagle.
Now there's a lot of birds that are little called finches, like a gold finch.
A gold.
Gold, it's yellow, goldfinch. And so, oh, here's one that goes like this. You ever heard that bird?
No. Ow!
Well, there's two. I'll do the first one. First one goes, that's called a mourning dove. Mourning dove. So we'll call that a dove.
That's beautiful.
And then there's one, you may not hear it during the day, but at night it sounds like this. Ready?
An owl.
An owl.
Good job. How do you
Thanks.
do that?
Well, it's hard to do, but here's what you can say. Who cooks for me? Try that. That's what it kind of sounds like. And that's an owl. Here in Indiana, it's called a great horned owl.
Great horn owl.
And the way I'll do it, well, maybe you can call an owl. See if there's any owls awake right now. Ready? And if I call it, if I hear another owl, maybe there is some owls in this room. Ready? I heard an owl. So these are some of the birds in Indiana. Let's go and take a look on the internet and see if we can see some more birds that we might recognize. Here are some birds that we've already listed. For example, here is the blue jay, and here is the red bird or cardinal, and here is that goldfinch. Here's a house wren. Oh,
A pigeon.
mourning dove. It looks like a pigeon though, doesn't it? Let's click on one of these. Let's click on that one and see what that looks like. And look at that guy. Oh, there's a red bird. That's a red bird, a cardinal, and oh, a hummingbird, and a hummingbird. There's a goldfinch, a blue jay. Let's click back on another one. Let's go down a little bit. Look at, oh, there's a red-headed woodpecker. A red-headed woodpecker. Now, these are so nice. I love these. Let's go down one more, see if we can find a sparrow. There's so many. There's so many birds to learn and look at. But you know what? Besides, which one? This one up here?
The one up there.
This is a cardinal. Look at that.
Not that one.
That's the boy cardinal. There's. Oh, you know what this one is? This is a
Robin.
robin.
A robin.
A red robin. And I don't know all the birds, but I sure like a lot of them. And this is a great
Oh, it
place.
does look like fake bird. Is that one a chick?
A chick is the name of a small bird, so that's kind of neat. I'll tell you what, in order to learn how to design a bird feeder, we should see some birds eating, okay? Let's check this out. What do birds used to eat with? I know what we can do. See, last night I sat down and I had a spoon and a fork and a plate and a cup, and that's how I eat. I cut up my food. Do birds do that?
No.
No, you don't see birds land at the table and use a knife and fork. What do birds use as their tool?
Their beak. They're big.
Their beaks. And they use their beaks. Sometimes a bird will use its foot to tear something or hold something, like a hawk.
Like a chick.
Like, yeah, sometimes. But you know what? When you go home tonight, don't use your foot to cut up your meat, okay? That would not be good table manners for a person. But birds use their beak, right? Put your hands like this, make a beak. They make a beak. Let's see some birds eating, okay? Check this out. This is winter birds at a bird feeder. Let's see who comes to this bird feeder. All right, let's stop it right about there. I see a sparrow and a cardinal, and on the back is a goldfinch. Let's watch a little bit more and see who comes. Oh, there's another cardinal. Here's a dove. There's a goldfinch.
That's a goldfinch.
Yeah.
Lots of birds are.
And did you notice? Let's stop it right there. Do you notice that the birds come here to eat, but where do they go to? They come here to grab the food, but where do they go to chew it up and swallow it?
There's a whole bird feeder.
They pick it at the bird feeder, but then it looks like they're flying up into these trees. So would it be a good idea to put the bird feeder?
Look like that one. Wait, they're feeding the babies.
Let's find out. Let's watch it for a little bit more and let's see. Go ahead. They pick the bird seed up there. Oh, wait a minute. Look what happened.
Look at that blue one.
A little bit more. Wait, and freeze it. Look, when the blue jay showed up, everybody else left. Did you notice that?
Why?
He must be a little scary. I don't know. I don't know, but everybody knew when he showed up to leave. Let's see what happens when he leaves. Huh. He's bigger than the others. He leaves, and look, they all come back.
Oh, wow.
There's holes. Now, where are they landing on? Look where they're landing.
On branches. The bottom.
Yeah, and look where they go back into the trees after they get some food to eat it. They're pecking. Let's watch this until a woodpecker shows up. I think there's going to be a woodpecker in just a
I can
minute.
see one up the tree. I see a blue jay coming out.
Here we go. Let's see what's going on. I don't see a woodpecker yet. But watch how they're eating all that seed.
Do you see the blue jay over
Oh,
there?
look here. A woodpecker.
Blue jay.
We saw a blue jay.
A woodpecker.
Did we see a robin?
Yeah. We
Yes.
saw a woodpecker. We saw a dove.
Oh, we saw a dove. I don't know if we saw a robin.
We saw a good one of those.
Did we see a sparrow?
Yeah.
Did we see a woodpecker?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You've learned now that birds use their beak. And we also learned a little bit about a bird feeder, some of the features. Let's talk about what are some of the features. You know what the word feature means? If we're going to design a bird feeder, you saw the birds, you saw some of the bird feeders. All the bird feeders, what did they have? What did they have?
Bird food in it.
They had food in it, right?
They have feet.
Not the bird feeders. I like how you raised your hand. What else?
They all had holes.
They had a hole for the food, right? Okay, so they had food. They had a hole for the food, right? What else did they have? Yes.
They had water, like a little water tank on it.
I don't know if that was a water tank. We'll take a look at that. Hold that thought. We'll come back to that. What did all of them have? Yes?
They all had shelter.
Oh, you mean there was like a cover on the top of them?
Yeah.
Oh, they all had a cover. What would that cover protect?
The bird.
From the rain or the sun. So they had food, a hole, and a cover. But you know, all of them had a place like this. Put your finger like this.
A thing for the bird to stand on.
A thing. Here, fly your other hand here.
Like a bird so they can stand on.
And what is that? A bird stand. Anybody know what it's called?
Whoa.
It's called a, I'll write it. You say what it is. Ready? It's called a
Not a blue jay.
R says what?
C-H.
What is that?
Perch. Here we go. Ready? Land on your perch. So all those bird feeders had a perch, didn't they? All right, let's take, let's see, we got a whole food, hole, a cover. And were they on the ground? No. All those bird feeders, you know, if you were on the ground, a cat might come up and get you. They're all hanging, so they all had a hanger. Do you see that on there? A hanger. Let's take a look at some up close. These are some bird feeders. This one is made out of a plastic what? Let's see if it has everything that we talked about. Do you see food in it?
Yes.
Do you see a hole for them to get the food?
Yes.
Do you see a cover over the top where?
Yes.
Okay, do you see a perch?
Yes.
And do you see a hanger?
Yes.
Ah, perfect. This one. Do you see the bird seed?
Yes.
The hole for them to eat it?
Yes.
A perch?
Yes.
A cover?
Yes.
A hanger?
Yes.
What's this one made out of?
A
A
bottle.
bottle. This one's kind of fancy. Does it have a perch?
Yes.
There's the hole. What's that?
The hanger.
Hanger. Look at this one. What's it made out of? A can. Does it have a cover?
Yes.
Perch?
Yes.
Hanger.
Yes.
Oh, look at this one.
Yeah.
It has two types of food. Seeds and
Orange.
an orange. And does it have a cover?
Yes.
My type. Okay, so let's look even closer at some bird feeders. Okay, so here's a bird hanger and a bird feeder, and it's hanging. It's got a place to put the bird seed. And what is this called again?
The
Perch. This is a good one. It's made out of plastic and glass. Let's look at another one.
What do you notice that it has? What is this? Okay. And what is this that the bird sits on? Okay. And you see, it's hard to see the hole, but the hole is right here. Is there a place for the food to be?
Yes.
Yes. And then what is this called? Or the cover.
So here's the different type. This one, it has all the kind of places for birds to eat. You lift the cover. This is the hanger. There's the perch. And you put all the food inside of there. Good design?
Yes.
Let's look at another one.
What goes in this? The food. What is this called?
The perch.
The perch. Nice job. What's it doing?
Hanger.
It's hanging.
It doesn't have like
And this is the, right here, the, so the seed.
hole.
There's a hole, and then it has the what over top of them? The cover.
Oh, here's one more. Tell us about this one. Does it have all the parts?
Yes.
What are they?
Cover.
Cover. Is he right?
Yes.
What else?
Holes right.
Holes for the food? What else? Is he right?
Yes. And there's a bottom.
What's this part called? Tell him.
Perch.
Purge. And what do we listen? Well, we missed one more thing. What's this up here?
A hanger.
You like this design? If you were a bird, would you eat there?
Yeah.
You would? I wouldn't. I'd eat at like McDonald's or something. No. Features, which you guys did an awesome job. We looked at some designs and we looked at some real ones. What are some of the materials they're made out of?
Glass.
Glass. That's kind of dangerous.
Plastic.
Plastic bottle, like plastic.
Wood.
Wood. Metal. And also,
Wood.
you got wood. There was a lot of things that were like recycled. Did you see some of that? Like recycled bottles and materials. Okay, it's time now to design one. Okay, so you have some background information. You have a sheet of paper to do your design on your desk, right? Go ahead and get that out. And let's start our design.
So what you want to do, you want to make sure that you turn into your scientific notebook and that you're on this side right here where you can sketch what you know. And today we're going to design a bird feeder. Okay, is everybody on here? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready.
And this bird feeder can be anything you want. Use your imagination, but make sure it has a hole, a cover, a hanger, food, and
Perch.
a what?
Perch.
A perch.
For me, what is this called? It's what? The cover. Kind of like an umbrella. How might your cover look? Is yours going to resemble an umbrella? Is yours? All right, so I want you to label the hanger, the cover, the perch.
Where's your cover? Good.
And Mrs. Gentry is writing in the label words in brown. You see over there, perch, cover. Make sure you label yours. Just as Lhasa is labeled hers.
Where's your hanger?
Beautiful. What is this called? Nice job, Rayla.
All right, where's the hole for the food to come out? What one thing are we missing? We have hanging from the hanger. It has the cover. We have a perch here for them to get out. We have a hole. What's one more thing that we need?
Once you have your bird feeder
What are they
sketched
gonna
out,
eat?
I want you to glance up at the teaching chart and make sure that you have your 5 or 6 layers.
I want you to label it first. Label them, what is this? So where are you going to put your food?
Nice job. Okay, so now it's time. I love these designs, and I want you to spend time talking to each other about the designs and telling us about yours. But then we're going to build 1 or 2 or maybe 4 or 5. It's up to you. So I brought some stuff like these are just recycled. This is what a computer came in. Maybe could we make a bird feeder out of that? I think so. This was a part of an old computer they were going to throw away. Would that be a good place for seeds and what's that called? A perch? Just have to hang it and maybe put a cover on it?
Yes.
Maybe I could make one with a bottle. If there's a bottle over there, you want to see if we have a bottle, an old water bottle or something? That probably, I don't know about, oh, I could hang that and cut some holes in it. And what's it missing? I need a put seeds in it, maybe a hole, and maybe a perch. So you could make bird feeders out of anything. I'm going to show you how to make, here's one I kind of like, this one. This is something for a pipe insulator. I don't need that part. Let's see. You know what, this will be good. I'm going to make it about like this. Oh, this is kind of perfect. Look, I could put seed in there and hang it up just like that. What would happen?
You could tape it right there.
Oh, you mean if I don't tape it, it would be...
Oh, yeah.
Well, if I only had some blue masking tape, maybe that would work. So if I don't tape it, it'll probably do what?
Fall out.
Fall out.
All the food will fall out. And
Okay.
you should tape a
Thank
hole
you.
with it too so the food don't fall.
Okay, but we need a hanger, don't we?
Yeah.
So let me, I'll tell you what, let me put a hole right here for the hanger, and I'm gonna put one over here, and in my pocket knife, and so I can put this in here like that, right? And so this is part of my design. Now, where could I put the other part? Oh, like that, right there, like that, yeah? Okay. Well, you said all the food will fall out? So maybe I should, what?
Put tape.
Okay.
All
right. And I like this tape because I'm gonna, no wonder it'll fall out. Look at the bottom, right? We don't want that happening. So I'm gonna cover up the
What
hole.
about the crack
What crack?
in the...
Oh, this whole crack
Yeah.
right here?
Yeah.
That is a problem, isn't it?
You might need to like tape it down.
You think I should tape it down too?
Yeah.
See, I like how you're problem solving. When you design something, you test it and you make a prototype, and you always have to fix it to make it perfect. So any ideas you guys have, I like. So I'll put this around here so no food gets out the edges. So now you think if I put food in there, it'll be perfect, won't it?
Yeah, but you gotta take that. I still got some.
Oh, that's a problem. But I ought to cut a hole in there for the bird to get the food, right?
I need to leave a space to put the food in it.
I need, where am I going to put the food in? See, all these are problems we have to solve if you design something. How about that hole? A little bit bigger?
Yeah.
But if I make it too big, what's going to happen? The food might fall out. So sometimes when you make something, you have to test it. Test it to see if it works. You think? Don't want to make it too big, do I?
No.
No? All right, let's see.
Let's make some glue. Let's make
Okay, now,
Yeah.
you think I should tape this part up?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm with you on that one. Take the tape and put it on there, right? Perfect.
I got it on
Well, we don't want to cover up the hole, do we?
No. You should cut it.
Yeah, should cut it,
Or you can just dig it in.
dig it in. I like that. How's that? Are we getting somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, now the only problem is, I need a cover. What can I use for a cover?
Oh, the tape.
The cup? If we tape it, we can't put food in it, but the cup, is that cup
No.
too big?
Oh, you can make a whole circle.
Oh, cut a circle out of it?
On the cup.
Okay, let's see how that'll work.
Whoa, that's loud. Yeah, that'll work.
You think this will work?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. And you can cut a hole in it. Cut a hole in it.
Oh, to put that thing in?
Also, you can put this in.
Gotcha. All right, you guys are coming up with great ideas. You know, when you work as a team, sometimes you have better ideas. So, yeah, I'm just saying.
Like what Boy would be saying, we have to do teamwork.
There's one hole. Do we need another one?
Yeah. I think.
We should do one.
Let's put the cover on first. Here, slide that inside. No, from the inside. Let's try from the inside. Use those little fingers to get it out of there, man.
From the other side.
Slide it down. You got it?
I fell out.
I can.
Okay. And I'll slide it down. Now what are we going to do? How did you know how to do that? Okay.
And then you just need a poke. Oh, you can tie it.
And let me tie it on this guy right here, right?
And put it back in there.
And put,
Back in the hole. That would be one.
you know what? That's okay.
Because you can take a little more tape.
Yep.
Take it back. Pretty bright. I think that's gonna work.
You think that's going to work?
Yeah, and you could just lift that up to put the food in.
So this goes down.
See, where's the like this one?
Oh, and then we can hang it, right? And that covers the food, right?
That looks like a good one.
It looks like a good one. I think it's perfect. I think we're done.
And
Aren't
you
we
can
done?
lift it up to put food
We still need
in.
to make the perch.
The what?
The perch.
Okay.
For the birds to sit
That's
on.
what. That's
Gotcha.
the
Let me put a little bit of tape on it around the top. Make it look nice, maybe. Hold it in.
Listen, while
Wait a minute.
or you can use, what else might you use?
pencil.
The thing for the perch.
Why do we have ponies?
The same thing.
Because if you put that one down,
You don't need your pencil, do you?
no. You're just gonna
Hey,
need
I can
one.
let you have one of my
I'll let you have
pencils
one.
unless we
No,
have
push it.
This pencil works great, but it's not my pencil.
It's Desiree's.
What do you think, Desiree? Yeah, I better take that out.
too.
What is it? You want to use one of these?
Yeah, that might work perfect.
Okay.
That's gonna work.
Let me cut a little hole for it to fit in there.
Color big hole.
You can use mine.
And let me cut it this way.
That would be perfect.
You think it'll be perfect?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Room for it for him to slide
Ready?
through.
Push it in.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that looks good.
Probably just make it long that way. What do you think?
Now there's two.
Wow, with your help.
I was right.
Nice.
Oh, you can make one up here too.
Or another one up here, but
Hey, you
okay.
might want to push it out a little
Why?
because it probably you need it like to push it out a little.
Why?
More.
Because
What's your
Because
thinking?
maybe two birds can fit on it.
they have
That one's short.
birds have big
You
feet.
should push
They're
it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
So it won't lean.
How about that?
make a double. That's
A double one? Well, you know, we got to put some food in. Hold that for me. I got some. Lift the lid carefully. I brought some special food for this. I decided this one's not going to have seeds. This one's going to have worms.
Oh, I know. Oh, I've seen them. So I love to hold them.
I love to smell them. Are you ready?
I don't think they taste good. They smell good.
Have you tried one?
I like
Okay, so we'll put some worms in here. These are dried. I don't see any of them moving. Go ahead and put those in there.
There's a dry. They're dry.
You know, I don't mind you guys eat a few of them, but they're really for the birds. Bird cookies. Oh, look at that. They're coming out the side. Put a few more in there.
Yeah.
Cool. This is so cool. All right, so here we go.
Worms look thick.
They look yummy.
They look yummy. Making me hungry already. And look. All right. What's your name again? Fly on Chaz. Fly on the perch like a bird with a little hand and land on there. Eat a worm. Don't really eat it, but just pull it out. Oh, very. How was that, birdie? There's one type of bird. Do you like it? Cool, right? All right. Let me show you. Let me show you one more. I can make. I'm gonna make this one about this long. I like how everybody's paying attention. And we need a hanger. So this hanger I'm gonna make out of string. There's one here. And here. Poke and poke. And this string is kind of difficult to work with because it comes unbraided. I like to get braided. This is actually just called twisted. Okay, so I'm going to push it through. Use your pencil. Your pencil will never be the same now. It's been used to make 2 bird feeders. And you know what? I'm going to tie a knot here like this. And so I tied a knot in this. And I'm probably going to put a piece of tape on it too just to make it a little bit stronger. Okay, tie it like this.
Take these stronger.
Give me a small piece of tape, please.
Nice job.
Yeah, I tore the material, but it's okay because we got some tape. Do you think it's good to use something that is waterproof, or should we just put paper outside in the rain? What do you think will happen?
Water.
Waterproof would probably be better, don't you think? I think so.
That's waterproof.
Okay.
That could be
I'm going to put a
floating.
bigger piece of tape on here. Around the top of it. I think you're going to be surprised at this one. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Here's my hanger. All the way around. Pull that string, would you, Chaz? Thank you.
Yeah.
That ought to hold it, don't you think? Let's see. Nice and strong.
Whoa.
Now,
Making that one for me.
no, actually we're making this as a class, as a prototype, and then you guys will make your own. So this is kind of different. Like I'm gonna put a place right there and a place
2 popsicle
right here.
sticks.
We need extra popsicle sticks. Did anybody bring those? Right? Okay, thanks.
I did.
There's one there.
I have popsicles out.
Looks like a little model.
It does look like a model. Let's try this one
Looks like a
right.
little
Like
tent.
an airplane.
It does, doesn't it? Thank you.
That's a lot.
Put one right here. And one right here and see what happens with this one.
Careful with that. Is that one of those sharp keys? Oh, that looks cool.
I like how people are using their eyes to observe and see what's happening. And maybe one more over here.
Hey, those kinds are real. Like, you can switch it.
Really?
It's like that.
How am I going to make the food? I've made kind of a problem, don't I? Because I want this to stay open.
Oh, yeah, I see. But
That's, that's,
Tape. Need tape. Need tape. You need tape.
you know, I think I want to keep the middle open. You know why?
Why?
I'm going to close the top. I don't want rain getting on the top. But wait till you see. Here's my idea on this one. See if you like it. Are you ready?
So what's he putting on the top, guys?
Tape.
Which is to be used as a what?
Cover.
Okay, so it protects the
But it's still
somewhere on the side. The food. Okay, I'm getting all soggy on this food.
Okay, so we got to find a way to get the bird seed to stick to this one. I'm thinking, what can we do?
Put sticky tape on the bottom and put the seeds in
Put
it.
sticky tape on it and the seeds on it? That's a good idea. Anything else? How about on the outside? What could I do to keep this one on the outside? What could I put that's sticky on this? That the
What
bird...
would act like a glue? What do you think?
We could put glue on there. No,
Well, let's look at his materials. Look at his materials that he has around.
glue may not work. What should I use? Yes.
What?
What do you think?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Oh, so if I take...
You could use a peanut butter stack. You tried it. You smelled it.
It smells so good, but okay.
That's a lot.
What do you think?
Put it.
Seeds can stick
It's
onto
so
it.
good.
Seeds can stick onto
You
it.
think seeds can stick onto it?
Yeah.
Hold that for me,
Can you
Chaz.
put
One from the bottom.
Don't eat it.
Can you put the
does.
worms on it?
I think we can.
It's gonna be so awesome. That's
Okay.
super gross.
It's super
Yummy.
crunchy. No.
That's yummy.
I love it.
Peanut butter. Yeah. I'll just fly that way.
I do. A peanut butter house.
That's neat.
A peanut butter food.
Mhm.
Yummy.
Okay.
What if you put peanut butter?
Time out. All right, so here's my deal.
How you put?
He's gonna put worms.
Give me this.
That's what scientists do too.
Oh, he's gonna put
worms.
And where's the bird seed? Open the bird seed, bring it up here.
You said open it.
Today we're all bird scientists called an ornithologist. Can you guys say ornithologist? Okay.
I wish I could see that thing.
We can put seeds and worms.
Okay, I'm going to put a little bit, and then everybody can help me. Wait a minute, let me do it first. Wait a minute.
Wait, Cole.
Let's see if we can see what
It's good. Oh, I'm spilling. Oh, that's cool.
So what you notice
Yeah.
that the bird seed is doing?
It's sticking.
It's sticking to the
Get
peanut
a handful
butter.
of,
Like glue.
a handful of
Kind of like glue.
drop it on there slow.
Kind of like how our sprinkles stick to our
Can I do it? Can I do it? That's awesome. Yummy. And it knocked off the seeds. The birds are good like that.
You don't think so? Well, I don't know. We're going to have to test it, aren't we?
If we're gonna put it outside.
I think that's enough of those.
Yes, that's neat. You can take some home.
Here, pick some up and pat it on. Just you two guys here. This might be a messy mess, but put some more in here. Let's see here. Ready? Pat it. All right, let's stop, guys. Stop.
It looks
Whoa, it looks like a real one. It's a beauty with
That
the
one?
worm hanging from it.
All right, so where's the other one? Hang the other one up here. A worm is sticking. It's like, come eat here. Worm City. So we have one. You got that?
the worm
And two. All right, let's go out and put these in our lawn habitat. I got the hanger and you got the bird feeders.
Sounds exciting. Alright, kiddos, follow us, please.
So, Miss Bowling, we're outside your window, and I think, boys and girls, would this be a good place? Because remember we watched the video and the birds like to have something close by to hide from it? What about here? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stick this in the ground.
Wait, are we
Okay.
by our window?
Are we by the window?
Yes, we are by our classroom window.
That's probably a good
But
idea.
1, 2,
Absolutely.
Oh, I just heard a bird chirp. And I got some hangers here. Let's see. Let's try one right here. Can I help you? I'll hold this guy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, that one got kinda... Are you listening to the bird sounds?
Yes.
And then I'll put this one. Here's our other. We'll slide that one down.
Okay.
And here's this one. Now, don't be surprised if the birds don't come on the first day because they got to get used to it. But boy, once they find out it's here, I think they'll come. You can look out your window. You can see which bird feeder is the best. And you can design your bird feeders, okay? Let's take a look at something that's already out here in our habitat. So if you look, we have water here, a nice little pond for birds and animals. We have air, we have sunshine. And if you look up this tree right there is one of those exoskeletons from the cicada. Remember that?
Yeah.
See them right here?
We see this
And actually there's two of them. And if you look carefully, their back is split open because they split their back open and when they come out they have wings to fly away. But they actually live right here underground. There's two cicadas right there. And those are the extra shells. Sometimes you look on the ground, you can find some. But I got one more thing to show you that is pretty amazing. Are you ready to see it?
Yes.
You have to be really quiet. Let's go check it out. So this is such a great place for birds that there's a mom duck right here that's made her nest. Now she thinks she's invisible. That's why she's not moving. She doesn't think we see her. And if you notice, she's taken leaves and some special feathers, and she is sitting on eggs right now. So you guys are so lucky that you're going to get to watch those eggs hatch out. Please, no one move, because we don't want to scare her. Do you see her? And every once in a while, the dad will come flying in to see what's going on. But she's sitting right on her nest.
She's black and brown.
She's black and brown, and what does that make her very good at what?
Blending in.
blending in.
I can see her stomach moving.
That's why she's breathing.
You will wake her
She's
up.
being so still.
Yeah, she doesn't think
She's
we see
sleepy?
her.
She's asleep
Why?
right
Because
now.
that's her behavior, her adaptation. She's not going to get up and fight. She wants to stay camouflaged so nothing will see her. As long as you guys don't get any closer in this, she feels good. So I love it here. We studied habitats. We made some bird feeders, and now it's up to you to finish your bird feeders.